So, Dad, can you show everyone what the mechanics are of how a revocable living trust works?
I sure can. So one thing I want to point out is the word revocable in revocable living trust. Revocable means you can change it. For instance, maybe one of you've got two kids and they're both 50-50 beneficiaries, and one of them just gets super duper wealthy and tells you, hey, I don't need any of your money, mom and dad. Why don't you leave everything to my brother or my sister? You can change that. If you want to change successor trustees, anything you want to, you can change in a revocable living trust. So here's I'm going to draw it on here. So here's this trust, okay? And here's our trust. Now, the trust has, the first thing you do, for instance, is you figure out who you want to be. Well, of course, the trustees to begin with are, like in our case, because her mom and I, Angela, are the trustees.
And the trustee is who's in charge
Yeah,
of all the stuff in the trust.
Same thing as
And can make changes
manager.
to it. Yep.
So no problem. Something happens to me, Angela's the trustee, okay? But we also named successor trustees, and we have 4 kids. And let's say that we name right now we have ours, our successor trustee that we wrote in the trust is Jesse's older brother, Jake. And there's also an alternate. And let's say the alternate is Jesse. So if when we're gone, Jake has predeceased us, then it's Jesse. Jesse or any other successor trustee does not step in until both Bob and Angela are passed away. I want to point that out. Angela, if I'm gone or vice versa, whoever's of us is still alive, still is in total control, total beneficiary. Nothing happens until both of us are gone. But and then you have beneficiaries. So we have 4 kids. And there's 2 whose names start with J, Jesse and Jake, and then there's Sadie, and then there's Sam. I got 2 J's and 2 S's, okay? They all get 25%. Same. So what happens is you put things in your trust. You don't put everything in your trust. For instance, you don't put IRAs or 401ks in your trust. And I'll explain that. It's for tax reasons. You don't put them in the trust, and they're not going through probate anyway because they have beneficiaries agreements on them. But you do put things like real estate, like our house. Our house is in the trust. Okay. My truck. Here's my truck. Super cool. Here's Angela's car. It's cool too, but it's for a girl. If you have we don't have a farm, but if you have a farm, the farm would be in there. If you have investment accounts that are non-IRA accounts, a brokerage account, that's in there. And then your bank account is in your trust too. So this is the bank account. Okay. So everything's in there except for things like IRAs. There's an IRA over here and an IRA over here, and they already have beneficiaries on them. And when you pass away, and that they send the death claim to the IRA custodian with the death certificate. That goes to these 4 beneficiaries. Okay. Same with this one. But if you think about it, okay, when both Angela and I are deceased and the successor trustee takes over the trust, for instance, our house is titled in the name of our trust. Jesse, if she's the successor trustee, can go to a realtor and say, hey, this house over here on Saltillo Road was my mom and dad's. It's titled in the name of the Benny Family Trust. They're gone now, and we want you to sell it. So the guy's going to put the house on the market. He's going to sell the house. The person that buys the house is going to make the check out to the trust, which is just fine because Jesse's already gone to the bank. This is the bank. Jesse's already gone to the bank and taking control of that bank account by showing the trust, showing the death certificate, showing her ID. And so the house ends up, the money from the house goes to the bank. Money from the vehicles goes to the bank. The money from the brokerage account goes to the bank. Money from the farm goes to the bank, for instance, if that's how it's set up. And then all that gets split up 4 ways to the beneficiaries. Now, there's all kinds of different ways people can do it with, maybe if you have younger beneficiaries that aren't, you don't want them to get it all at once, you can trickle it out or let them have it at different ages. And it doesn't have to be 25% a piece, or maybe, one of the beneficiaries is going to get the farm. This person wants the farm, so they're going to get that. These other ones are going to split up the money, however you want to do it. And however you want to change it, because it's a revocable living trust. Is that all I'm supposed to go over?
That was good.
Okay, thank you. And thank you.
All right.